What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 174. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick, as always. Nick, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing so good, man. Doing
Good,
great.
good.
It's Monday night.
Yeah,
Had
yeah.
did you have today off?
I did, yeah. I had today off.
This felt like a really long weekend. Felt
It did.
nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Did a lot of things. Went golfing, did a full 18 holes
Wow.
on Saturday. Yeah, I went with my friends Lawson and Doug since they're dads. So they got a Father's Day celebrational outing, and I was a friend, so I came on.
You piggybacked.
Not a dad, but I had time to go. So
cool.
Yeah, it was fun. I did really bad. Like I shot way well over 100.
Oh, gotcha.
It's hard, man. It's my iron shots, like once I got into the fairway, it was okay.
Yeah.
But my drives from the tee were just really bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I went back to the driving range today to try to work on it. And it was a little bit better, but it's just so different, like being out on a course and playing.
Yeah.
Versus like playing on at a driving range. So I gotta keep going out there and getting used to it. But
Just keep practicing.
yeah. So that was a good time. And then Sunday we actually me and my wife went down to Wrightsville Beach just for the day. And
Okay.
just hung out on the beach and got lunch with some friends. But yeah, good weekend.
Cool. Yeah.
How's your weekend been?
It was good. Just grilled out Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday really just kind of just hung out. We didn't really do much. We ended up getting like some Chinese food for dinner, and then today it was so rainy and stuff we couldn't really go out.
Didn't do
So
anything.
I sadly I think I'm about done with Zelda.
I was gonna ask if you've played any this weekend.
I did play some Saturday and yesterday a bit. I'll talk about that here in a moment, but I've been watching a lot of Demon Slayer today.
Okay.
I started it about a month ago or so, right after. Well, I guess it's been a little bit longer than that. Right after I finished my second watching of Attack on Titan. I'm still waiting for that part 3 dub to come out, but
Yeah, it's taking forever.
I don't know what the deal is with that, but I've been kind of itching to get back into watching some anime, and Demon Slayer was really good, so started watching that again. I finished up season 1, and I'm in like the second arc of season 2 now. So, yeah, really good show. It's I think one of the most popular animes out there right now. So I'm sure a lot of people have already seen it, but it's really good. If you like Attack on Titan, it's pretty different, obviously, but I mean it's still got a lot of, I don't know, killing demons and all that fun stuff.
But by different, do you mean it's like more lighthearted and hopeful, or is it just like a different style?
Well, I mean,
Really?
Attack on Titan has some lighthearted moments, but it's
Pretty grim.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, this one doesn't feel as grim. Like this one doesn't feel like. I mean, yeah, it's humans. Like there's, the main character he joins the Demon Corps, or the Demon Slayer Corps. Sorry, and yeah, I mean they're attacking demons, but most of humanity doesn't know that demons even exist.
Okay, it's one of those.
Yeah. So yeah, they try to keep it, not necessarily keep it hush hush, but they can't. Like the military doesn't acknowledge the Demon Slayer's existence, so they just, when they see somebody walk around with a sword, they're like, "Well, what are you doing?" But it's cool. It's a really good show. I like it a lot. And the animation is really good. But yeah, definitely a lot more lighthearted than Attack on Titan for sure.
Okay.
But
Is it a show with like a lot of filler episodes? Like, are you doing like a?
no, like the first season was
guide or anything?
the first season was like 27 episodes, I think. And they're all like 20, 25-minute episodes, something like that. 22 minutes, really, I think. So they're all really short. And so far, there really hasn't been much filler. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it filler. Like, it's all, I don't know, after like towards the end, and they fought like the big bad of the season. There was like 3 episodes where they like healed and trained, and so you could technically call that filler, as there's not much going on with the story, but it still feels watchable. they're not wasting like your time. So yeah, it's really, and again, like they're like 22 minutes, I think. So it's pretty short, all things considered. But yeah, really good show. But yeah, other than that, good long weekend. I'm not ready to go back. Just because, I mean, like when you having a long weekend is good, but then when you go back the next day, it feels like you're doing double the work within a shorter amount of time.
Yeah, it feels like you're catching up.
Yeah, which is fine, but I'll get a nice long weekend for 4th of July here in a couple of weeks. So, and then we go on vacation to the beach. So all good stuff.
Nice. So, yeah, that's coming up soon.
But yeah, other than that, just been playing a decent amount of games. I played a lot of Zelda this week throughout the week.
Me too. I didn't play any this weekend, but
yeah. But after
the shrines. Yeah,
I mean, not to, again, I think we're gonna have our spoiler episode either next week or the week after. But yeah, finished up the depths. Actually, I didn't realize that you got anything for beating the depths until I looked it up, and I was like, wait, I didn't get anything. And then I went and looked on the map, and there was this really tiny little spot that was not highlighted that without zooming in, I would have never have saw it. So I think I may have used the regular Hyrule map and was like, okay, there's a shrine here where there's not a correlating one below, and then I think that's how I ended up finding it. But yeah, I did the depths. Okay. I can't remember what I got, but it doesn't do anything as of yet. So I'm thinking maybe DLC. I'm not really sure.
It's probably just like a commemorative.
Okay.
Item, like, hey, you did it.
Because the shrine one you get is super awesome.
That one is cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's a piece of armor. But I'm not gonna spoil what the armor is. But it's really cool, and I think definitely worth. What did you get? I never got all the shrines in Breath of the Wild. What did you get for doing that? Was it something similar, or is it more of a?
I can't remember. I don't remember getting anything specific. Yeah. I don't even know if there was a reward for it. Anyone correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I'm not sure. It's not coming to me. Okay, yeah, I was using a guide for like the last. It was really just the last shrine because I was using the depths. I filled up enough where I could pinpoint at least where the shrines would be.
Yeah, because eventually you'll just they'll all turn into like circles, and you just know a general idea where they are.
Yeah, you can narrow it down. But for the life of me, I could not find shrine 150. And like I pulled up an interactive map, and I
used one too.
I went through every single section of the map and tried to like check my work to see. And I went through it like 3 times, and I finally found it. And it was just a random shrine east of Hyrule Field that I had missed.
Yeah, but it eventually gets to the point where you're not just seeing them in the wild anymore. You have to actually post over them or in caves or a part of some sort of shrine quest. So yeah.
And that part was like a little bit tedious because I did like 20 shrines in a row. Or something like maybe 15 to 18. But most of them were in caves. So I was just like looking for these caves because I knew it was around there somewhere because of the depths.
Yep.
But I just could not find it for the life of me. So I looked up a few.
Some were hard to find. And towards the end, I was just like, man, I just kind of wanted to be done with this. But it helped out, getting all the blue bull, whatever is that what they're called, the blue bulls,
the blue bulls. Are you trying to get all of them?
No. I've got like all the armor from is it Keaton? I got to the point where you can't get anything else, and he's just like, bring them all to me, and there was like 85 something left, and I was like, there's no way.
Because there's like 140 something caves.
Yeah, I got in a lot of them. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I looked up what you get for it, and it's not. I don't think it's worth it to.
There's a cool moment. That I think is could make it worth it, but I'm not gonna go searching for every cave. I'm not a completionist. I'm not going to go look for all the Koroks.
Yeah, if you got something really cool for it, maybe. but yeah, it's just too much. Like there's 1,000 Korok seeds. Well, not. I mean, there's 1,000 Korok seeds, but a lot of them are 2, so it's not really 1,000. And then the caves, and then the wells. It's a lot.
There's a lot to do, and the signs like Hudson.
The Hudson signs. Yep.
80 of those.
I don't know what you get for that. I don't know if that's even worth it to do it, but
you get something, but it's subjective if whether it's worth it or not. I don't know.
So yeah, I did all that. I mean, I think I'm over 125 hours at this point. So, I mean, I got this is like the most I've spent on a game since Elden Ring. I don't think I hit 100 hours in Elden Ring. And before that, I mean, Skyrim maybe? I don't even know.
With Breath of the Wild, did you hit that?
No, there's no way. I'll have to go back and look, but I don't think I hit. Which I don't know if I even can now since I switched over to my OLED.
Mine reset.
Which is really annoying thing Nintendo should fix. But
because mine says 4 hours for Breath of the Wild. Like, dude,
there's no way I got even close. I probably put maybe 60, 40, between like 50 and 60 hours in Breath of the Wild.
I think it was like 150.
Yeah,
in Breath of the Wild, including the DLC.
Okay, gotcha.
Took a good bit, but
so I'm pretty sad. I mean, as soon whenever you killed Ganondorf or whatever, I didn't get that moment of like, and now it's over because I had so much left to do with the shrines and the depths and stuff. But now that I've done all that, I'm like, I mean, there's more side missions that I could do, side quests, but a lot of that stuff, so you just get rupees and stuff like that, or whatever. So I did build a house. I got my sword room or whatever, and then I've got like a bedroom and stuff like that. So I didn't have enough of rupees to do a ton with the house building stuff, but it is pretty cool. Seems like it's pretty elaborate with, you can do 2 stories and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go back right now. I'm really sad about it, to be honest.
Kind of bittersweet.
Yeah,
like I'm definitely sad that it's over. And it's like, of course you can go back and play it and do a bunch of side quests, and there's still stuff I want to do, but at the same time, like I'm excited to play other games as well. Like I feel like I'm getting out of like a relationship.
Exactly.
I'm sad it's over, but I'm happy to kind of move on and do other things. But I don't know. It's a weird because like I didn't even want to think about like Diablo or Final Fantasy or anything like that while I was playing Zelda, because I was just so engrossed in that world. Yeah. But weird.
It's sad. It's sad. It's sad to think that it's. What a game, though. I mean, we'll talk about it again in a couple of weeks, but gosh, just what a game. Just what a game. Tell me about the Final Fantasy demo. Like, I heard it's amazing. People are losing their minds on Twitter about it. Of course.
I played through it all. I mean, yeah, it's really good. I played through it all today. It was about 2 hours. I would say about an hour plus of it was cutscenes, but the story. Expected. I mean, yeah, it's kind of run of the mill. But the story's really good. It's kind of like a Game of Thrones-esque story where, you start as Clive, and he's I think he's 28 years old, and him and his group are on a mission, and there's these conflicting armies, and you don't really know what side Clive is on. And this giant battle breaks out, and a Titan appears, and a bunch of stuff happens, and then it kind of goes back in time to Clive when he was 15 years old. Okay. And it's like him at his castle, and it kind of like walks through like his relationship with his parents, and it's kind of like a weird relationship because he like wasn't chosen to be the Phoenix, and he's the firstborn, so his mom like resented him for that, and his dad was a little bit more understanding, but he has a little brother who was chosen to be the Phoenix. And that's I don't really know the full details of what being the Phoenix entails, but it's just like you have the power of the Phoenix, you can become like this Titan entity essentially. Okay. And it kind of goes from there where I can't remember what banner Clive and his family are under, but they're like, we're gonna go to war soon, and blah blah blah. So kind of breaks out from there, but I don't want to spoil how the demo ends, but that's weird. It's one of those weird things where it's like obviously not the ending of the game, but it ends in a very, very cool way. This is kind of like spoiler free, but it ends in a really cool like Titan fight.
Okay.
And it has like connection to the beginning of the demo, which begins and there's a Titan fight, and you're like, what the heck is going on?
I watched a lot of it. OJ Player Essence was streaming it. But for some reason his audio wasn't syncing up right or something, so I didn't really get much of the story. But I did see the two Titan fights at the very where they're like falling through the the cave or the whatever. So I saw that, and then I saw like a lot of the beginning, like the beginning tutorial, and I think I watched until I think he ended the stream, but after he fought like that goblin boss fight in like the village.
Yeah,
and then I think it opens up. I think it opens up to like the overworld or whatever, and then I didn't. I think he ended the stream right there. But so I've seen a little bit of it. It looks like it's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, the combat's pretty fun. Like obviously it hasn't opened up. You really have your attack and just a fire blast, and that's really it. And of course there's like parries and timed dodges. I don't know like what game I haven't played Devil May Cry much.
Okay.
But I would say it's probably similar to something like that. Not like as extreme as Bayonetta, but definitely more actiony than even Final Fantasy 15, which was like still an action game for all intents and purposes, but it tried to like tie a bit back to the roots of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It didn't open up after that. It had you fought that boss, and then you kind of fought another boss right after, and then you go back to like your outpost, and that's where like the remaining probably 40 minutes takes place.
Okay.
None of it was very open. It was all pretty linear.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's going to open up at some point, probably around chapter 4.
Yeah.
It'll really open up and
per usual.
Per usual, have this big area to explore. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was a great demo. It definitely sold me on the game.
So is this a day one for you now that you're kind of just done with Zelda for the most part?
I'm definitely interested, depending on how like the reviews shake out. Like if it gets glowing reviews, I'll definitely pick it up because does it come out Friday? Is it?
I think it's Thursday, isn't it?
Thursday, okay, just a few days. Well, yeah, I mean, this might be the next game I play.
Okay,
that's the case.
Very cool.
But it's really like the demo was really cool.
Okay, awesome. I mean, it looks good, and I mean, like I said, people were glowing it on Twitter, but it's hard. It's just hard. It's hard with those exclusive games, and especially on the PlayStation 5 because they were saying the same thing about Forspoken. Forspoken is not that bad. And of course, this looks way better than Forspoken ever did in the build up to the release. So not necessarily comparing those games, but just you always got to take with a grain of salt with exclusivity and stuff like that. So glad to hear that it's really good. So awesome.
Yeah. I did think it was a little weird that they chose to open like the combat portion of the game with like a bog, like a just kind of like a boring setting. Kind of a boring setting. I wish they would have done something a little brighter.
Yeah.
To kind of sell the graphical power of the PS5 and all that stuff. But yeah, the combat's really great. I think it ran great. I was playing in graphics mode, so I wasn't even doing performance. But I didn't really notice any like frame drops or anything. Not that I'm super anal about that, but
so sick of it, man.
Yeah, honestly, I could play this entire game in 30 frames, which is what I was playing at, and I'd be fine. Like all great, yeah, it runs better at 60. Obviously, you put it in performance, but I don't know, man. There's not that much of a difference when you're playing a third-person game like this.
I
sure,
just
it matters in first person.
I just don't know what people want. Is my we went through the entire 360 generation, PS3 360 generation with 30 frames per second for the most part. And the same thing with the Xbox One and PS4, and nobody batted an eye, nobody complained. We got a little bit of a taste, and granted, you know, it's Xbox and PlayStation's fault. They promised us that we would be able to hit 4K 60, 4K 60, 4K 60. And I don't know if that's the compromise of 4K. Like, do we need 4K or is 1080p or 1440p? Is that fine? Like, I think that's fine, but I think the combination of 4K and then the 60 frames per second, the 60 frames per second, I don't know. I just don't think a game like, I just don't think, I know you can tell the difference, of course, but I mean, these consoles are $500, right? And for people that are getting 4K 60 on like PCs are spending upwards of well over $1,000. So if you want these consoles to be over $1,000, then that's what we have to pay to get this stuff. And again, I get it. They said that it could do it. I understand that, but
that's the fault.
But you know, here we are 3 years in, and to be honest, I feel like we barely even scratched the surface of what these consoles can do, right? So maybe in a couple of years that we can do it, because obviously, you know, once developers have more time with these consoles, they can dig out the power a little bit better. At least that's how it's always been. You know, games always look the best at the end of the generation. So maybe they can do it. Just the developers haven't figured out how to do it. You know, I don't know. I'm not a developer, but I just don't know what gamers want. Like, I don't know if they really truly want it, or they just got a little bit of a taste of it and now they can't let it go. But who cares?
I mean, what games are 4K 60? Like,
not much. I mean, there's like Halo. Like Halo can do like 4K, like 120. You know, I mean, stuff. Some games can do it. But a lot of
Halo's not pushing any graphical boundaries.
No,
just like Call of Duty isn't. Just like Fortnite isn't.
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite's doing 4K 60, but I mean, Fortnite has thousands of developers on it,
right?
That they can do that, and you know, it's not a. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can interact with in the world, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sick of the discussion. I'm sick of like people basing 30 versus 60 on like a make or break situation, because like when we're playing Starfield, like we're not gonna care.
Yeah, you get used to it in 5 minutes, and then you move on.
Yeah,
whatever it is, whether it's 60 or 30 or 1080p or 4K, which I can't tell the difference between. I'm playing on a 2018 TCL TV. Yeah. Like, sure, it has 4K, but that's an air quotes 4K. Like, I don't know if that's true 4K or not.
Yeah, the TVs. Yeah, and see, that's just the big market. Is like, as soon as 4K got announced and this and that, like all these manufacturers are making all these 4K TVs, quote unquote 4K. Like, yeah, who knows if they're actually even 4K? I don't know. But I'm not spending $1,000 on a TV. I'm just not gonna do it.
I want to, though.
I do want an OLED TV.
There's a specific OLED TV that I really want.
Yeah.
But it's like $2,000. I'm like,
yeah,
damn,
yeah, it's hard
where I'm at. You know, it's like,
it's hard to
Switch
justify.
handheld, and I like.
Yeah, it's hard to justify stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just, whatever. People can play how they want to. If you want to play it on PC, good luck running it in 4K 60 or 4K 120. You're probably gonna have to have a pretty beefy PC to do all that.
You have to update it or upgrade it every year or two.
So if that's where you want to stand on, then just do it. Then just don't play on console, because consoles have never been the most powerful things in the world, and they've been a lot cheaper than owning a PC, and that's why a lot of people just play console games. So I don't know. I'm just sick of the argument. It's just really annoying.
Yeah, just so tired at this point.
But anyways, Nick, let's talk some Lies of P. How did you like the demo?
I loved the demo.
Okay.
I didn't beat the. I want to say it's the main boss of the demo because I don't know what lies after it, but I didn't beat that boss.
Is that the first boss like you come across, really?
Yeah, I guess it's the first boss.
I think I heard that I think there's 3 total.
Jesus.
But yeah, I was on the same book as you. I really liked it. Like it felt a lot like Bloodborne. Felt like a Souls game. Felt like probably the best feeling one of these games to try to like kind of be on par with the Souls game. I liked Wo Long, but this one feels really good to play.
Right.
But I could use a better tutorial because there's a couple of moves, like I think it was like the Fable Arts. I didn't really know, like I would use it when like the gauge filled up and my sword would glow blue, and then that was it. I didn't know what to do after that, and then I fought that boss probably like 10 times and then got him pretty close to beating him and then died. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna fight against this demo. I'll just wait until the game comes out.
Yeah, because I don't want to spend all my time grinding a demo if the progress isn't going to carry over.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my justification for not beating it, but I really did like what I played, and I'm excited to play it in September.
Yep.
Wish it was coming either before or way after Starfield, but
yeah, and it looks like it's going to be more of like not an Elden Ring kind of thing. It's going to be like more of a Bloodborne, just like a smaller,
just still a long game.
Yeah, it's still a long game, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought it was great. Yeah, it plays very similarly to Bloodborne. Obviously with its own mechanics and intricacies, and God, how many different ways are there going to be to have a bonfire?
I don't know.
How many names can you call it before you just say, "Hey, this is a Dark Souls copyrighted bonfire"?
Yeah, I don't know.
That we're using here. I can't even remember what they called it.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But yeah, it was cool. Like I liked the aesthetic of it. I mean, just fighting the creepy puppets it's a cool aesthetic. I didn't really know what his arm did, like his like metal arm. I wasn't really sure. Like you could attack with it, but I don't know what else you can do with it.
He used it to open a few doors.
Yeah, I did that, but I didn't know if there was anything like combat wise that made it interesting, because I mean it does have like the aggressive nature of it, where if you get hit and you attack immediately, you can get some of your health back, like Bloodborne. And I don't know if Bloodborne had this or not, but after you use your flasks, I don't know what they called them in this game, but you can add, the more you attack, you can actually build it back up, and get a new flask mid fight. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Bloodborne didn't have that.
Okay, I didn't think it did, but
Bloodborne had like it's like you could have like 20 heals.
Okay.
At once, like a max of 20.
Okay.
And then you had to farm them.
Yeah.
If you ran out.
I didn't love that about Bloodborne.
Yeah, that was kind of annoying, because if you died to a boss enough, you had to go out and kill other enemies to farm up heals.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I didn't love that part, but yeah, I'm excited for it. I like you said, I kind of wish it wasn't in September, because it's after Starfield, and I know we're still going to be playing Starfield.
Unless Starfield is just straight trash.
I just don't.
You don't see how it will be at this point.
I don't. I think people are gonna shit on it because it's probably running sub 30 at some points. But who cares, man? Like I love Skyrim. I loved Oblivion. I enjoyed Fallout for the most part. And all those games didn't run 60 at first. So
right.
I think it'll be fine. Just I don't know. Again, I was not hyped up really that much for Starfield until the presentation, and I'm going all in, man.
It did its job.
Yeah, it did its job. So, Rocket League, Nick? What's going on with the Rocket League?
I'm in that point where I'm just like opening up my Xbox games and just like kind of just playing random stuff. I played a little bit of Chivalry 2.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever played that before, but it's like the medieval war game where you just play as a random soldier.
Yeah.
And you have these like, I think it's like 32v32 games. So it's just ridiculous. I played a couple of rounds of that and then got back into Rocket League to my 10 placement matches.
Okay.
For like standard 3v3. I got gold.
Okay, nice.
Gold too. So I don't know if I'll play anymore. I really just wanted to see where I was at. But
it's still a fun game.
Yeah, it's a great game. I'm okay at it, but then I see some people like really like going into the air, throttling, doing these crazy shots. Like they like feather the ball in the air into the goal, and I'm like, dude, I can't block that. I can't block that at all. It's fun. It's like because I haven't played a competitive game in a while.
Yeah,
but
Halo Season 4 drops tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
that's
Infection
right.
and stuff to it.
Infection's gonna be pretty cool. That trailer was sick for Infection. But there is a bit of a rush to playing these types of competitive games, playing Rocket League and just getting a great goal.
Oh, it's super awesome.
Let's go, and then
love it.
Of course, just kicking myself whenever I try to back up and miss a ball that's going to my goal. But
well, you need to play try out Dredge.
It's sitting on my nightstand. It's ready.
It's a perfect like wind down, play in bed for like an hour or something kind of game.
I know.
Or you'll get sucked in. You're like one more fishing run, just one more, and it turns like 2 hours later.
It's my problem with I know it's not a roguelike, but it's my problem with those like one more day type games like Stardew Valley.
Yeah, just one more run, one more day. So, all right. Well, you want to let's dive into we'll talk about the spicy Nintendo Direct here in a little bit. There's not much news going on this week, so we're gonna end the predictions. We'll do some. The prediction is it's gonna happen tomorrow, right? It's when they're gonna announce it.
Making the assumption that it's happening tomorrow.
So Wednesday we think is the Direct, and there's a lot of leakers and stuff like out there. Everyone's talking about it, so it feels like it's pretty much been announced. So we're gonna do our predictions on what we would like to see, or what we could see. But first, we're gonna start off with, since we're coming up on the end of June. We're going to talk about our top 5 games of the year so far. Now, I know there's a couple of more games coming out this month in June, but I don't think we're going to play them. Or at least I don't think I'm going to play them. But, I mean, stuff like Ghost Trick, which I do want to play, but I don't know if that'll be in my top 5 at this moment. And then like Everybody Want to Switch is coming out. And
that's a definite top 5. For sure.
I don't know. And there is Final Fantasy 16, so maybe that'll pop into yours if you end up getting it. But as of now,
before we get into it, do you want to go ahead and switch over?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Okay. All
right. So I've got my list here, Nick, and I've also got just a couple of games that I want to play as well, but.
Yeah, do you want to go through that first? Our list of games that we've kind of missed?
Yeah, we can do that. Mine's pretty short, but yeah, we can definitely do that.
All right, number 1 for me, Gollum. Really excited to jump to that one. I think that'll definitely end up on my top 5, maybe top 3 of the year. I heard that was just a big bag of fun.
Yeah, it's a big bag of something.
No, I kid. Jedi.
Same here.
Yeah.
That's absolutely. That'll probably. Well, I don't know. It probably will fall in my top 10 games of the year, but yeah, I definitely want to play that. Love the first one. Super excited for to play that one, but came out right before Zelda, and I just didn't want to dive into a big game right before then, because I know if I didn't finish it, it wasn't gonna happen. Diablo 4. I want to check that out. It looks incredible.
Yeah, I've thought about picking it up, but I keep talking myself out of it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like, man. I wanna try to get Alicia to play it. Like,
Yeah.
hey, there's like a co-op game. Pretty easy to play.
Devils and stuff.
A few buttons. No camera to control, just a person.
Can you do co-op split screen?
I'm not sure. I assumed you'd be able to, but
I don't know. I'll have to double check that. And then I do want to play Bayonetta Origins at some point. I've got all the other ones physical, so I want to pick this one up too. Mm-hmm. But I probably wait for a sale or something like that to pick it up. But yeah, I do want to play that.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's it for me. I don't know if I want to play Bayonetta Origins, to be honest. I definitely got my fill with Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
Anything else? Harrison, you need to finish Fire Emblem.
I do. Yeah, that's on my list. I've got Fire Emblem as a need to finish. I've got Hi-Fi Rush as need to finish, and then I don't know if I'm going to finish Wolong, but I've got it on here as need to finish, but that one can... I won't feel bad if I don't finish it, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
And speaking of Game Pass games, sorry to derail us one more time. Are there any Game Pass games that you started that you are definitely not going to finish?
I don't think so.
Atomic Heart,
yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I have
the one I can think of.
Yeah, I don't have it. It wasn't a bad game. I don't know. I don't know if it was just a bad time for that type of game for me, but it just didn't click with me.
Did you get past the first section into the open world?
See, no, and then when I was listening to podcasts and they said that it really opens up, I was like, I think I'm good. So
yeah, I never made it past that first area. It just went on forever.
Yeah,
it was super long.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, man, I really want this to just kind of like open up a little bit, but I wasn't patient enough to.
Yeah, I wasn't either. It just wasn't clicking with me. Yeah. Not enough to keep it going. And then again, when I heard it opens up, I was like, I don't know if I want to play this type of game right now. But yeah. 2, 3, 4. Yep, there's my 5. So yeah, I think I know what the one that's going to be on your list probably. Dead Space.
Yeah,
or maybe it's not. Okay.
No,
okay.
It is. Okay. Yeah, it definitely is.
Awesome. Yeah, Dead Space. Incredible remaster. What they did with that game kept obviously very true to the original, like connected the Ishimura in a way that it wasn't in the first one, where you could not use the rail system. You could just walk or run to each place. It was awesome. Not that I necessarily did that, but it was really cool for them to connect the ship in a way that it wasn't before. And then obviously it made the combat more fun. It added like the Dead Space 2 controls when you were flying around in zero G and stuff like that was awesome. Yeah. And the game just looks amazing too. Like it's one of the best atmospheric games of all time.
Yeah. Man, I really, really loved Dead Space. So that was your number 5.
Mine really no particular order.
Okay, no order. Okay,
yeah,
we're not doing order.
Yeah, no order.
okay, yeah, that was on mine as well. Yeah, Dead Space was freaking great, dude. Like you said, like the atmosphere was just unparalleled, and I think they did atmosphere better than the Resident Evil 4 remake did.
Absolutely.
And granted, different games, very different games.
Yeah.
One's way more campy than the other.
Yeah.
But the progression of atmosphere between the original Dead Space and the remake, they just they recapture the feeling, and it's it's that the cliche saying like where it feels like the first time you played it, like it feels like what you imagined the game looked like the first time you played it.
Yeah.
And man, just such a beautiful game.
Yeah it's amazing.
So creepy.
Yeah You brought it up, but Resident Evil 4, incredible game. I probably liked it a little bit more than Dead Space, just the sheer fact that I feel like the replayability was more there.
Yeah.
I think I beat it like 5 times now, maybe. I beat it quite a few times, but yeah, just again, one of those games where it takes you 20 hours to beat the first go, and then the second go,
like 5 hours.
Yeah, like 5 hours, like
that.
something ridiculous. Like once I got the infinite rocket launcher, it was game over. But yeah, man, it was a fun game. Just such a great game.
Yeah, the infinite rocket launcher playthrough was very fun.
Yeah,
it was like 2 to 3 hours of you
it's just OP
blasting through everything.
Just OP. Yeah, just I mean, Capcom has just crushed it with the remakes. I feel like they just get better and better each time. And yeah, well, I think Resident Evil 2 I felt like it was more atmospheric as far as just being like more scary and stuff like that.
Definitely.
And that's definitely the case. But before it's still just so much fun to go through.
Yeah, like they captured the village section so well, and even the castle and the island, which I thought they improved upon.
Yeah.
But just doing that village fight at the beginning brought back a lot of memories of playing that game on the Wii.
Yeah, still the best area in the game for sure. I enjoyed the castle, but every time I went back, I always dreaded the Ashley part where you have to play as her. I feel like that really kind of slows the momentum down.
Yeah, and like, sure they improved it.
Yeah.
In the first or from the original, but like I feel like it's still long.
Yeah.
In this version, and I really wish you could skip it because, yeah, like when I replayed it, I think I replayed it on hardcore, and like for whatever reason, and this was like the third playthrough, but like I died so many times to that underground section where you have to get those 4
the 4
you have to pull the 4 things, and all the armor sets are coming at you. Like I just kept dying there, and I just got so annoyed with it.
Yeah, that part's super slow. That was always a part that I just dreaded in that game. But the first time you go through it, it's pretty freaky. But once you play it 3 or 4 times, it's like, all right, come on, let me just skip this thing.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Fire Emblem Engage.
Okay, yeah,
it's in my top 5. This game, the story was pretty garbo. I thought I don't know, man. It's just compared to Three Houses, and even compared to previous Fire Emblem games like Awakening and the original, or Fire Emblem 7 and 8. Not a great story. It's a little bit fan servicey, which makes sense because
it's an anniversary game.
Yeah, it's an anniversary game. It's supposed to, have all of your favorite Fire Emblem characters together in one place, and they're supposed to schmooze you up a little bit and talk to you like you're their god and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit like it's a little bit fan servicey, but the gameplay is top notch. I think the Engage system is really cool, and I don't know if I want them to do that for the next game, but I think it worked really well here. And I still want to go back and play through the additional content that they have. But yeah, love me some Fire Emblem. It's a difficult game if you play it on hard. I ended up switching it down to normal in like the last few chapters, but yeah, it's a really great game. I think the story just kind of like bogs it down a little bit in comparison to Three Houses, but the gameplay, in my opinion, trumps Three Houses. I think it's way better. Than that game.
I really liked it. And I don't remember why. I know I was playing it on hard, and then I switched it down. I started over, and maybe that kind of killed my momentum. But I still think I got to like chapter 19 or something.
Did you get to chapter 10? Like past?
Yeah,
you got past all that.
I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got pretty deep into the teens in the chapters for that. I don't know what came out after that, because that came out like in January.
Dead Space was right after it.
That came out before Dead Space.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it was like a week before, and then
that's probably
Prime.
Okay, that's probably what did it then. But I need to go back and finish it, because I think I was pretty close to or nearing the latter half of that game. We didn't talk about it. It's not in our news, Nick, but are you excited for Fire Emblem coming to Switch Online?
I am very
with
excited.
Lynn? I don't know which one it is. It's like the first one, right? Technically in the US.
Yeah, it's just like dubbed Fire Emblem in the US, but it's the one with Lynn, Hector, and Ellawood. So that was my first one.
That's so the goat right there.
Yeah, it's freaking goat, dude.
When does that come? Does that come out the 30th?
I thought it was this Friday.
It's this Friday. Okay.
Yeah, I have a rumor that I want to tie to that when we talk about the Nintendo Direct. So just remind me. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna play through this.
I probably will too. That game was
dude. And with the rewind feature, it's gonna be a lot.
Oh yeah,
easier to play too. Like if you make one mistake, you don't have to play the whole chapter.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Might be sacrilege to some people, but I'm gonna hit that rewind so quick.
Who cares? I mean, obviously Zelda, right? I mean, we talked to the death. That's easy. So we won't talk. I won't talk too much about that. And then Metro Prime remastered. Loved it.
Yep, same here.
Loved it. I do wish there was like my one gripe is just I wish you could teleport in that game to each like save point. I think that would help so much with like traversing that world, because I felt sometimes it just took a little bit too long to go through, and I didn't love the map, and I know it's hard to make that in a 3D versus like Dread where it's the 2D, but still a great game.
Yeah, and that was like both of our first times playing through it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so we didn't go in with any nostalgia and still thought it was a fantastic game. My one gripe was the Phazon Mines. I really didn't like that area.
It was hard.
The checkpoint system just wasn't great.
Yeah, it could have used one checkpoint.
Which is weird because like that's so inconsistent with the rest of the game, which had they were pretty close, pretty generous checkpoints. Yeah, but the rest of the game was phenomenal. And at the end of the game, when you have all of your abilities and it's easy to maneuver around the map, it's just fun. Yeah, it's just fun going around.
Yeah, it was like the controls are a little bit hard to get used to with switching between. Like I kept switching up the visors and meant to switch up something out, like one of the guns. So it can be a little bit tricky, but I thought the game was still like all that aside. I thought the game was still fantastic. So yeah, glad I ended up picking that up. Excited for 2 and 3 if they ever release those, and then obviously 4. I mean, who knows when that comes out, but we'll see.
Next console.
Yeah.
I did want to give a few honorable mentions. Hi-Fi Rush.
Yep.
Amazing game. I feel bad that it's not on my list because it's one of the few like new games that I've played this year. The rest of them have been remakes and remasters and
sequels.
Yeah. But that game was amazing. And then obviously Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC, which it's kind of like the length of a game.
Yeah. Are we going to include that in like Game of the Year stuff?
I don't think so, because like it doesn't have its own.
Yeah, it's not standalone or anything.
Yeah, it's not standalone. I mean, we could include it. We can do whatever we want. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if there's enough. I don't know. We don't usually do like a DLC portion, so I don't know. Maybe depends on if they announce some stuff at this Nintendo Direct. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Was that your 5?
Yeah, I think it's the same 5 as yours. Okay. Well, no, I had Engage.
Yeah.
What was your last one?
Oh, I did. Yeah, Dredge.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
This game is so good, man. It came out of nowhere for me, but that demo I played just it got me, and I ended up picking it up. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be on my top 10 at the end. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff coming out and a lot of stuff we haven't played yet, but yeah, this game is awesome. Truly awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it.
Yeah, let's you want to dive into the only really news story we have this week, which is not really a news story. It's just people everybody on Twitter is just hyping up this Nintendo Direct,
which is apparently getting announced tomorrow if it's happening on Wednesday.
Yeah. Which, I mean, Mr. Jeff Grubb's always out there talking, and he said that he had heard something for July, which I'm thinking like, okay, maybe like a mini direct or like a partner showcase or a Pikmin direct was what I was really thinking. Because we don't know anything about Pikmin. I mean, we know a little bit, but we need more. We need some more information.
I'm sure we'll get a trailer.
Yeah.
In this. Okay. We're just assuming that it's happening at this point.
We don't know or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't know. So like, take anything we say with a grain of salt. But for the purposes of having this conversation, we're assuming this direct is happening.
Yeah, we're going into the future by a day. We know it's been announced, and now we're just giving our predictions because we're not going to do a podcast tomorrow doing predictions. So, I mean, so with Pikmin aside, like we're going to assume that a Pikmin's going to be there in some form. Mm-hmm. And then I guess we'll get the first ever look at everybody want to Switch, because there's been nothing.
Will they show that? Will they have a trailer for that?
There's been like I even pulled it up on the eShop, and it's nothing.
It's just that one.
There's a couple more. Right? There's a couple more photos, but it's really generic, and it doesn't really show any. Like, it doesn't show off any of the games.
I really want to get this.
I mean, it's $30, right? So it's like it's not and I know Kellen will enjoy it, so I'm thinking about just picking it up just for the sake of what is this garbage? Yeah, well, the sake of history, right? Which, is it even physical? Is it just digital?
Yeah, they do have physical.
Okay, all right. I don't know what this game's going to be, what do you think? What do you think will be here? We know nothing about the latter half of the year for Nintendo outside of Pikmin.
Just Pikmin,
and that's it.
I'm thinking Mario. I'm thinking we see something Mario related,
like Odyssey 2 or something, like a big 3D Mario.
I saw rumored leaks, whatever, that it would be a 2D Mario.
Okay.
So maybe it's a 2D Mario, but at the same time, like, it's been 6 years since Odyssey. You know, what's that team worked on? Whether it's a new 3D Donkey Kong game or a 3D, like another 3D Mario, like, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I expect, but I expect something Mario related. Given all of the hype surrounding Mario over these past few months, like, you need to have something for holiday, right?
What if it's standalone Mario Galaxy 2?
I'd be fine with that.
Do you think that's coming at all, though? A Galaxy, like, no. It was so weird that it wasn't included in the All-Stars package.
I don't know.
But
yeah, that was so weird, because maybe they, because like the box art is like it's split into 3, right?
Yeah.
With the 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. Maybe they just couldn't fit it on the box art.
No, that's what it was.
Let's just cut it completely. We got to get it out of here.
Or maybe they do like DLC or something, like.
But DLC for a game that's not on sale anymore?
I don't know, man. Nintendo's crazy like that.
I don't think we'll see it.
I don't know if we'll see anything Mario. I thought if they were going to do something Mario, they would have done it in the February direct. To co-align with like the movie. So I don't know. I have no idea I have no idea what because if they're doing a Mario, I mean, let's talk about it. What do we see the Switch 2 here?
I think they're gonna set up another presentation where they give more details, but you
think we'll get a little trailer at the end?
I think we'll get a little sneak.
A little snake.
A little sneak. Say, hey, I think that's what the July presentation is, that Jeff Grubb is talking so much about. It's because like Switch Lite, Switch OLED, they were both announced in July video. They're just like YouTube videos, but it could be a direct that they're announcing for July. That's detailing this new system, whatever it is.
Okay, so we get a little snippet, a little sneaky.
This is such bullshit.
Little sneako at the end, and then they set up and say, "Hey, follow up next month in July for a full blown presentation."
Mm-hmm.
And then when's the release date? September? or like
Sure,
a holiday or
sure.
something.
They did say that the period between announcement and release was going to be shorter.
Okay.
And it was only 5 months with the
Switch and the release date.
I don't believe that's going to happen. I can hope. I think we're going to get the next console in 2024, and that'll probably get announced in like September or something like that, October.
All right, let's pretend that on Wednesday we get an announcement of the Switch 2, or what do you think they name it? Do you think it'll call it the Switch 2?
No, I think it'll be a new name. I think it'll be a new concept.
You think it'll be like a completely new concept?
Not completely new. I think it'll still integrate with the Switch in your library. You'll still transfer over and all that.
Yeah.
But I think there will be a new gimmick.
Okay.
Maybe in addition to being able to dock your Switch and
there's the name, Switch Edition 2.
Switch Edition 2.
Yeah, TOO, or Switch 2 TOO.
God, dude, don't do that. Don't put that out there. We don't want a Wii U situation.
Or Switch Up, or Switcheroo. I don't know.
Switcheroo, Switch 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Anyways,
Switcheroony.
Let's say we get the announcement of the next Switch on Wednesday. I think they could solidify it for this year, like coming out in September, and then kind of go off the hype and piggyback the hypeness of Zelda and say, hey, boom, here's the DLC for Zelda. Here's Wave 1 coming today or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then Wave 2 coming September, new story DLC. And then also here's an update, a Switch 2 update or whatever for Zelda.
Oh, like a performance update?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we're getting into Switch 2 territory, what do you think the launch lineup would be? I would think new Mario, Metroid Prime 4, and a bunch of upgrades to existing games like Splatoon, Zelda, Pokemon.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll see. Metroid Prime is just such an
anomaly.
It would make sense to have it come out this year, just to maybe even push some more sales for Metroid Prime remastered. But I don't know. And then Mario, like, I'm not convinced would launch. But I don't know. It's definitely tough.
So okay, if it's not launching this year, and we're just looking at second half of 2023 being Nintendo Switch games, what do you think would get announced here that would come out before the Switch 2 or before the sequel?
Zelda, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker HD.
Yeah.
Christmas or, holiday time frame.
Something like that.
Something like that, maybe. But I just don't know what else they would do. Like if and again, I'm not. It feels like there's going to be a direct on Wednesday, but it could very well be like a partner showcase. We just don't know. Yeah. But if it's a full on direct and there's no Switch iteration coming or announced, yeah, what else would they show off? And I think, I don't know, like maybe like a Paper Mario remaster or something like that could be cool. Like a
Thousand Year Door
remaster, the Zelda stuff coming out. I don't think they do any sort of like GameCube Switch Online stuff, because we've really just kind of gotten into the Game Boy Advance stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it'll be remasters and remakes, because I saw like rumors that it could be Fire Emblem 4 being remade, because that's been like leaked and rumored to be done for a while. Seen Chrono Trigger HD 2D.
I've seen that. Yep, that could be awesome. That could be a big one.
Yeah, like a lot of remakes. Like, yeah, like you said, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. Like, where the heck are those? Yeah. And then
I'm thinking Zelda DLC announcement, and I think they'll give us the release dates or the pre-order dates for the Noah and Mio
Yeah.
When those come
They're
out.
amiibo.
Yeah, and then I think there's going to be some more Zelda amiibo. We gotta get a Ganondorf, man. We gotta get a handsome Ganondorf.
Handsome Ganondorf.
Come on. And then like the 4 champions, or not champions, but the 4 sages. 5, yeah, 4 sages.
4.
Yeah, 4. It's been a month, guys. Come on. We'll get some more amiibo stuff for Zelda. With the announcement of the DLC and the waves and stuff like that. So, well, no, it's like Master Mode and all that stuff.
Yep.
As they do.
So that's Zelda.
Yeah.
You're not convinced on Mario.
I just with them skipping over the movie, I just didn't. I thought that was the perfect time to announce something Mario related, but they didn't. But also, I could see Mario being a launch title for the Switch 2 more so than Metroid Prime. I think Metroid Prime is still in the works, but I think Mario is probably really close to being done.
Yeah. I don't think we'll see any Kirby.
No, I mean we just got the what was it, the
Dream
something
Deluxe.
Yeah, Dream Deluxe. Whatever. The Wii remaster.
Wii remaster.
So we just got that one in February, so I don't think we'll see anything more Kirby unless they do like some random multiplayer Kirby game or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe a new Yoshi game, or like the rumored F-Zero remaster, or new game / new game we could potentially see. I don't know, Luigi's Mansion 4 could be cool.
Yeah,
I mean, that game sold so well that there's no way they're not doing a sequel to that.
It's kind of crazy how well that sold.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, that would be a good like title card announcement, and I hope they don't do that. But
what would be Luigi's Mansion 4?
Yeah.
That came out 2019?
Yeah, 2019.
So 4 years. I mean, I don't think those games take that long, so I feel like they could have something ready to be shown too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that's out of the cards for that. But
okay.
I mean, what else? Like, what other IPs do they have? I don't think we see anything ARMS. I think ARMS is probably good.
Yeah. No. Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I mean, there's been rumored Donkey Kong stuff, like an open world Donkey Kong game. Star Fox. I don't know. It's about Star Fox. Yeah, Star Fox and like F-Zero. Like, I just don't know those games, whether like remembered fondly. I just don't.
I don't know if there's an audience.
Yeah, and I'm sure there would be, because it's a Switch and Switch games just sell better. But yeah, I don't know. That one's those two IPs are. I don't know about those.
Yeah, I think Star Fox has more of a chance, but I just don't know if F-Zero would sell well.
Yeah,
if it came out, even with the big install base, like there's not enough nostalgia for F-Zero, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Aside from the vocal minority who claims that it would be the second coming of Christ if F-Zero came out, but
I don't know, maybe another Mario sports game that can disappoint us.
We haven't had one this year.
Yeah.
Maybe a winter sports game.
I'm good. I'm good.
I don't know what to expect. All I expect is a lot of remasters and remakes.
Yeah,
at this point.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, if this was like we're flash forward, a couple of months from now, we're in September. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Switch 2 announcement coming out in spring or something like that. But right now, I just don't know. I mean, I know there's people on Twitter that are just like, we need a Direct. We need one. Nintendo they're dead. Like, come on, they just had like the biggest game of all time released. Like, calm down, it's fine.
And I feel like they just had a Direct.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that long ago. And that was a banger Direct too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why, because it was just so good.
When was that one?
I think it's February.
Was that the February one? Okay.
Yeah.
But also like, yeah, it would be nice to know what else Nintendo has for the holiday, because we just, I mean, outside of Pikmin and some third party stuff,
like Pokemon DLC, Splatoon DLC,
yeah,
but that's it.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get a Pokemon something to show up that stuff. Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, we just don't know anything else. So yeah, it would be nice, but I'm not dying to get one. I mean, I would love to, obviously, as soon as they announce tomorrow, we were right, let's go. Like, the hype train will start, but yeah, I mean, we're coming off like the biggest game, like one of the biggest games of all time. Like, I don't know. Like you said,
like,
we're trying to, there? Yeah, where do you go from there? We're starting to think about some other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see some DLC announcement or something for Zelda, or
like like DLC would be great, but the rest of the year is looking pretty stacked with Spider-Man and Starfield and Armored Core.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Like, I don't need Nintendo for the rest of the year, if that makes sense. Like, we got our huge game. We got Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, that's all. That's the. And they've already had a really good year too. They've already put out some really cool stuff. So
had a consistent year.
Yeah,
a lot of releases.
Metroid Prime, Fire Emblem, Zelda. I mean, they've had a great year with all their games. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna deny that I wouldn't love it to have a direct on Wednesday. But I mean, same time,
always right.
Yeah, same time, I'm not dying to have one necessarily. Nick, I think we've covered we've kind of covered everything, right? I mean, is there anything else that you could? Obviously, we've touched everything, and obviously none of it's going to be in this direct, of course, as per usual. But
there's one more thing.
Oh.
Elephant in the room for the past few directs, everyone's presentations.
Hollow Knight.
Will we see anything about Hollow Knight in this direct?
I don't know, because I feel like they have more. It sounds like they have more of a partnership with Xbox with it being Game Pass and stuff. So, but also like Hollow Knight just feels like the perfect Switch game, and it kind of is. I don't know.
I don't know if they have a great relationship with Xbox, since they didn't make their year. You know, they're like, all this is coming within a year time frame.
That's true.
And it was originally just a Switch and PC exclusive.
Yeah. So. I don't know. I think I mean, Hollow Knight, it could end the show. I think it's that big. It may be a little disappointing if they ended with that, because we already know about it and it's not like a new thing, the unannounced thing, or like a Switch announcement or something like that. But I mean, I feel like it could possibly end the show, but I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to say yes. I feel like we are going to see some more. And we'll get a release date.
Of like way later this year, probably.
I'm going to say October.
Okay. I think a shadow drop is definitely out.
Yeah, there's no way. Why was that ever a thing? Who came up with that shadow drop idea for Hollow Knight?
I mean, the first one was shadow dropped.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I think. Yeah, because it was on the PC first.
Okay, and then they shadow dropped it on the Switch.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was like the 2018 E3.
Okay. Well, okay, that makes a little more sense. I wasn't sure.
All right. I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think we touched on everything. I'm gonna say a no for our Switch announcement, and a yes for some Zelda stuff, regardless of what it is, whether it's Amiibo, DLC. I think it's gonna be DLC for sure. And then maybe Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. If this is gonna be the last year for the Switch, I feel like those games got to come home.
Bring him home.
Bring him home.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I don't honestly think we're gonna see the next Switch.
Yeah, I think it's September.
Yeah, but we're gonna get the greatest. We're gonna get the greatest hits run of all the remakes and remasters for the rest of the year.
They've gotten everything else right. Everything else.
Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles X. I think that
could be cool. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Xenoblade, yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Sweet. Well,
we'll know. When do they typically announce their directs? Like 10 a.m. Eastern time, something like that. 9 a.m.
Yeah, I think it's 10 a.m. Okay. for the most part.
Well, we'll know tomorrow how wrong we actually were, and there's actually just nothing.
Yeah, if we're wrong, apply this to the next one.
Yeah. And just to talk about the Switch sequel, whatever, tenfold, because I think that's definitely happened in September. All right, guys. Well, that was episode 174 of the show. We appreciate everyone listening and downloading the show. We haven't done it in a while. Nick, where can they follow us on our social stuff?
You can follow us on Twitter at GamingWTBros. We're always tweeting stuff on there. We're reacting to news, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Gaming with the Bros Cast. And then if you want to email us any questions or let us know what your predictions are for the show, for the Nintendo Direct, you can email us at gamingwiththebros@yahoo.com.
Yep.
So shoot us an email. Let us know how you're doing, and we can read it live.
Sweet. All right, guys. Well, we'll be back next week with maybe Final Fantasy talk. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. That's up to Nick. I don't have a PS5, so that's up to Nick.
This guy doesn't have a PS5?
Yeah, right. And probably not direct announcements, but here's hoping.
We'll see.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.